special needs tebwa ku baana bokka bano abazaalibwa nga baliko obulemu. Special needs eri so wide. Eyinza okuba nga is challenging behavior, eyinza okubeera nga domestic violence. Omwana jjukira omwana kyaba atambula nakyo. So nze nsaba busabye nti ennamabaale tukoleramu ebintu bingi. Kati tulaba abaana abamu ng'okusoma kwabwe kukabba nga nze bwe nali. Kati abaana abo mu kusoma nga tulaba nga kukabba eyo nayo twagyogerako era eri dyslexia eba enzibu ennyo okulaba if a child can't understand that. Do you want to elaborate on that please, Mr. Sister Marcia? Kuba nakyogerako naye Marcia as a qualified teacher experience, exactly. Maybe you can elaborate on it.
Yes. Not only am I a teacher who had to work with children with dyslexia, I myself am dyslexic.
Agamba simusomesa kolagana n'abaana bano naye yennyini yalina embeera eno.
Because dyslexia is one of those disabilities where nobody can actually, you don't look like you have a problem.
Mu embeera eno tetegeerekeka dyslexia.
Right?
Omuntu akulaba nga toliiko kizibu kyonna.
And so dyslexia is a disability that affects a child's reading.
Kati kyo kitawaanya okusoma kw'omwana.
And even sometimes when that child is reading numbers,
oluusi ne bw'aba abala ennamba
for some reason they're not processing things properly.
Kakati waliwo embeera ebalemesa mu bwongo omuli okwasaganya ebintu bino obulungi.
For instance, they will see like 3, 4, 5.
Ajja kulaba 3, 4, 5.
And because I can tell you because I've experienced it.
Kyakimanyi bulungi kubanga ye kiyitamu.
3, 4, 5. Instead of reading 3, 4, 5, for some reason
ekifo
you're
ky'okusoma 3,
reading it
4,
now
5.
5, 4, 3.
Asoma 5, 4, 3.
And one of the things that a lot of dyslexic children suffer with, slow processing of information.
Ekirala ekibatawaanya abalwawo okutegeera ekiba kyogerwa kugamba kompyuta zaabwe zitambula mpola.
So a child will be reading
ajja kuba asoma
and all of a sudden they can't see all the words.
Kati ajja kuba ali mu kusoma naye watuukawo akaseera nga talaba bigambo byonna.
So the child is trying to read and the words are not apparent. All right, let me just explain from them. I'm going to give you an example of how it works. Now, when I'm reading something, and it doesn't happen all the time. So when I'm reading, the words are fading in. Do you know when you do a PowerPoint?
Yes.
And the words will come in like this.
They fade in.
And fade in.
Yeah.
When you're reading, you don't see all the words. So it's fading in little by little. So when a question is asked, the child can't answer because all the detail hasn't come to surface yet. Yeah, somebody might ask the child a question and the child knows it. It's there. But the words cannot come out. And this was one of the problems I had when I was in school. That I had problems with this with letters. I'm always confused with letters. I have problem with left and right. So it's one of those things that teachers who do not understand. Have the child read, and then some teacher, well, nowadays most teachers understand. When I was in school, most teachers did not understand. And the teacher said that this girl is a dunce. That means, I don't know if you know that word. Right. And children like myself, we will be ostracized, like we were made to feel as if we're nobody. And some teachers, they didn't have time for us. They can't work with us. They tell us that this word is the. And we see the word the in the next page, but we can't recognize it. So for me, I had to make up my mind. I said, Marcia, you're not working well. And I had to start practicing myself. And because I was so determined, I came up with strategies to help myself. Right? So, but now teachers understand. No, but parents still might not understand. And this is where the school, if a parent notices the child is not processing, when they're reading, they're not understanding what they're reading, they can't remember words that you just told them. I heard a mother get angry with a child. Just because the child couldn't remember the word that she had just said. But I just told you the word. That only frightens the child. Fear, and the child can't cope. With these children, you have to be understanding. You have to show love. You have to reassure them. You have to give them confidence. Because one thing we have to remember, dyslexia cannot be cured. No. But children can learn strategies to deal with it. But you'll have it for the rest of your life.
Okwongera kwekyo nkiddamu era nakyogerako n'engamba omwana nti alina okubeera mu university.
Not every child is university.
Everyone got to go to the university, put on a gown, but it's not a must. There are so many people who are graduates, but they are. Nzizaamu abo balina maanyi saagala kuba kumugambye nti Samali yagambye ne bw'otagenda university. Naye ngamba bugambye nti there is a possibility that you can even achieve better.
Yes.
Technically. And also if there is that kind of support.
Yes.
Kakati, that is what we do in Namabali Progressive. We assess these children. We understand that we're not going to change their disability, but we can work with those children or kids that, ekisinga obukulu mukadde in life ye muntu okwekwenyumizaamu.
Yes, okwetegeera n'okwekkiriza.
Yeah, nalina mukwano gwange, my friend Marian yali mukyala mu June. That woman believed in me. She by the way, immediately when I arrived in the UK, we became friends. She used to be my teacher. And I'm not very good at numbers. When it comes to counting, that is not my thing. And she used actually to teach me sewing. And I couldn't understand, because in sewing you have to cut this, you have to that. But this woman believed in me until she passed, and we became very close friends.
Wow.
Even in her family, even when she died. So, Womuzadde, this is Family Life Day. How do you believe in your child?
That's right. That's right.
When single one appear kumacha, no longer that child is struggling. Don't push it.
I know.
Over here they smack you. You don't learn.
Yeah.
You are wasting our money.
You are slow.
And then we compare our children.
Even the grades you bring home can earn you punishment.
You know what they omusajja ayinza okugamba mukulu otwala bakyakwe. In fact abakulu batera nnyo okubeera nga tebasobola. Kati abato ne bajja ne babeera ne bakola kakati omuzadde natandika tolaba omuntu abo n'omuntu akusinga. Come on, we are all different.
Sure.
God created us in his own image, but in a very unique way. N'olwekyo tusaba busabye abazadde abaana baffe tubategeere. Yes, tuyinza okuba nga naffe tebaatutegeera nekyo tekitugaana kukola bye Katonda byatugambye kukola. We are here to make a difference, to make an impact in people's lives, but at the same time, your children, your grandchildren, the people you are in, sometimes not always. It can even happen in church.
Yes.
And you see someone struggling, but people they keep on saying, but how come you don't do that like this? This elder used to do like this and this. Come on, that elder was different, I am different.
That's very true.
Why are you comparing me to another person?
Sure.
So n'olwekyo mukadde awo Namabali kye tuba tujja behavioral gifted and talented omuntu ne bamuteeka waggulu kubanga yasobola n'olaba ate ne wabeerawo abalina physical emotional disability. That is the major in life.
Kati eno y'ebyewuliro nayo nzibu nga mulyowulira tewematira.
Emotional actually oba kugamba omuntu yakubwa ekikonde naye n'atakwa abusinga emotionally. As a teacher, experienced teacher, I know we don't have time, and Marcia mainly the last few years when she was working, she yalinga ayamba abaana okuwandiika n'okusoma, reading and writing. So when it comes to emotional, what can you talk about that?
So Marcia, as an experienced teacher, what do you comment about emotion?
Yes, because emotion, we are emotional beings. And we first get love and touch and all these things. Our emotional development starts with our mothers, our fathers, and home, families. So we all need that love. We all need to be desired, we all need to be told that we are somebody, we matter.
Yes. Okumanya nti tuli bakulu tugasa.
I remember a boy telling me that he was a teenager. He said that no matter what he did, his mother never had any affection for him.
Oh dear.
And this boy said that he went out of his way. He would wash up dishes, he would do this, and his mother never praised him.
Omwana yali yeewuunya nti ne bwe nkola ntya nze maama talisiima, ne bwe njuza amasowa n'ensimbula enyuma maama talisiima, nga ye bw'ati bw'awulira.
And years later, he discovered that his mother was raped.
Kaakati oluvannyuma nga wayiseewo emyaka n'akitegeera nti maama we yakwatibwako yakabaasanyizibwako.
And she was unable to deal with him because I think every time she looked at him,
he remembered the experience of rape.
She was raped. Yes.
Kakati maama yali yakwatibwa yatunulanga omwana ono n'ajjukira ekikolwa kye baamuyisaamu kati nga maama tayinza kwesonyiwa ekyo.
As a result, he was able to talk with the mom, and things started to fall apart, and then they were able to build a relationship.
It's okay.
And then that emotional love, what he was looking for,
recovery,
yes. And he was able to, him and his mom was able to work things out. So in families, if parents cannot develop our emotions, it's going to affect us sometimes for life. We are emotional. We think about our feelings, how we treat them, how we talk to our children, how we inspire them, how we have confidence in them, how we give them an opportunity to succeed. All this develop their emotional health. So yes, so that's
emotional disability is very important.